Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Evan Better Presents. And today we are going to go and gather some oil from the, well, one of the Mistcraft ages where I found a whole shit ton of oil. I've already gone out there, done an expedition. I'm just in the process of getting the materials that I now need to be able to go out there and get it. I should be able to craft pickaxes. That's kind of silly that it didn't have that done. I know it's in the system to do it automatically. I'm just not at the crafting terminal. So let's just grab ourselves excuse me, 2 mining wells, toss those things back into the old system, make ourselves a couple of pumps. There we are, 2 more pumps. I just need to get 1 more tesseract, which I have no idea where I left it. Over here. Okay, so there's a tesseract frame full. Take it over here. Stick that in the old system. Boom, 2 tesseracts. Now, the way I'm importing the liquid from the Mistcraft worlds is through the tesseract. This is the Nether tesseract here, the one that handles all of the stuff from the Nether. I hooked up a ME Fulid import bus from Extra Cells into the AE network, and now, boom, we can see exactly how much fluid I have in the system. So right now, it's not very precise. Well, it's because it's not. I don't have it hooked up. I don't actually have any fluid storage drives for it at the moment. Fluid storage drives I can do afterward. What I do have, though, as you can see here, let me show you this too, since we're on the subject here. This creosote oil tank is now my steam tank. All right, we ran out of creosote oil, so the boiler, the liquid fueled boiler, shut down. So I figured, well, good enough time as any to go and get myself some oil, refine it into fuel, and give this liquid boiler an actual fuel source, a proper one that I can sustain over the long period of time. Creosote oil is just not a consistent fluid, and it's very low volatility as well. It's probably the lowest as far as volatility is concerned. So it doesn't have a very good it's not a very good fuel source. So I'll just show you what's been going on in here. Is that going down? That is going down. How is that going down? Let's go to the reactor. Everything just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. I have plenty of power generation. I just have to make sure that it's doing its job properly. So let's go down to the reactors. Why has it got 0 output? This... Let's turn this off. Okay, that's the second time that's done that, where it just seemed to have had no output. I know the wiring's right in there, because watch. Oh, sorry if you can hear those police cars. They're going crazy on my street here. Seems like a fire. I guess they're fire trucks. You can see this side here, where I'm looking at right now. That's the fluid replenishment side, right? Or the fuel replenishment side. So I turn it off. It comes on. I turn it on. Boom. So, while we're here, let's just do that. So that was causing a little bit of a problem. So let's look in the system for depleted uranium. There we are. So we now have 21 depleted uranium cells in our system. That's going to be something I'm going to have to work on next. Like, God, that is the slowest power relay. I hate that thing. It's so slow. Let's just go take a quick peek inside the reactors. Now remember, these things are 100% safe. As long as I'm not touching the fuel or anything like that, I won't get poisoned by them. And you can see here, it's still running frickin' beautifully. Everything seems like it's in the right spot here. Let's just go check on the other reactor while we're down here. Everything's in the right spot on this one as well. The only difference here is I've got advanced heat exchangers versus those yellow ones. It doesn't seem to make any big difference. It seems to be working fine. And everything down here is still working really well. Alright, so let's just go check on the capacitor that's down here. Let's see what if there's an issue with that. It should be drained, I would think, if only one of the two cells was running. Yeah. This splitter here is only allowing half the power to input into this guy here. Still, no it isn't. That's full power. The splitter just directs some of the power to the other direction as well. Yeah, it's still getting 2.1 thousand EU, so I'm kind of disappointed this thing's not doing a little better. Let's restrict the power out to let's put it down to 10,000. No, let's try 10,000 for right now. We'll see what let's see if that makes a difference. Yeah, that does make a difference. Capacitor bank's actually filling up. So let's just cut that off for a second. Let's give this capacitor bank a chance to actually get its power in. Because otherwise, what's the point of this capacitor bank if it's completely frickin' drained? Right? Doesn't serve a purpose if it doesn't have any power. So, as far as everything's working, our power generation is brilliant. I mean, I don't have any problems right now. Everything is pumping out like huge amounts of electricity. I've got Minecraft joules out the ass. I got EU out the ass. I got RF out the ass. I got plenty of stuff for days, maybe. Got power for days. So, there we go. We'll put that back on. There we are. No, there we go. That's an output. So as long as it's continuing to go up there. We'll make it 12,000. As long as it's still going up. And it is. Alright, perfect. So the reactors are running just fine now. Heat's stable like it always is at 4 and 8. That's just because of damaged components in the system. Got basically 4 hours of running time left before I have to turn those things off and turn it back on. Alright, so that's beautiful. Let's go back into the power facility here and we'll take a peek at something. Now that should be going up. Still going down. Not generating enough. Alright. Here's where the other our EU power generation is. I've just turned this off for the MOM. I got an idea here. I'm going to whoops. Fuck it. I've actually used a lot of this marble. I'm gonna have to turn the filter back on to give me some more. So I got an idea for right now. So EU. Oh, I finally made a third high voltage thingamajigger. You can see that there. Geothermal plant. There we are. So we'll just do that, and then we'll turn this back on. There we go. So we'll disconnect that. That means that all the power should be now going straight into this guy. No, it isn't. You know what? I don't truthfully know if it makes a difference or not. So we'll just put that back the way it was. Fuck. Urgh. Okay, let's just try to do one small thing, and next thing you know, everything's getting broken. There we go. Let's put the floor back. Okay. Right. So that seems like that's going fine. What are we up to? 100% power output. Boom, baby, boom! Now that's only because I've got an absolute oversized tank of steam at the moment. That's not going to last. If that takes away from these guys, I'm going to turn that off. Yeah, and it is. See, we need this liquid bastard back here. It's just not cutting it at the moment. So let's turn that off. See, the power just drops right down. And that's fine. I don't need this thing running at the moment. It was just there more for my own amusement. I do need to make sure that I have enough power. Wow, this thing's getting fucking raped. Okay, we'll turn the reactor. We'll turn the big reactor on a little bit more. There we go. Okay, the big reactor's now on. Let's go and do our oil. What are we up to over here? Holy shit, this tank's full almost. I never expected that. That pump's doing a good job over there in the Mistcraft world. So let's go over there and help it out by putting in another pump. So I got the pump, I got the Tesseract, I need a fluid duct. Got 2 pumps, got fluid ducts, got energy ducts. Boom, let's do this. So you can see here I've scouted out various oil sources. A few. Let's go to the next closest one. There's no close ones. We'll start over here and we'll just work our way over. You can see here's the setup. I'm going to need disposable material. I guess there's netherrack everywhere here, so I'll just take some of that. This is a perpetually raining world. It never seems to stop. It's all netherrack with quartz in it, so if I ever need quartz, I guess I could go here. And then there's pools of water, pools of poison, pools of black poison, pools of brown poison, pools of green poison. See, there's the brown poison, green poison. 2 more spouts right here. And I've already found all these libraries. There's so many libraries in this world. It's retarded. Right? First things first is we need to get a good source of oil coming into our network here. So let's just set this thing up. Nether, sending none. We want it sending energy and receiving fluid. All right. That's all there is to it, baby. See how simple that is to set up? I love these things. So simple. Takes 4 seconds to set them up.
The only problem is it's really hard to see where the center spout is on these things. 'Cause it's so dark here, my night vision isn't really cutting it. I think it's right. Yeah, it's right there. Yep. Boom. Pump. Tesseract. Sending in energy, receiving fluid. And that's all she wrote, baby. Green lightning. It's always so close to me. I don't like it. And there you go. She'll go down and she'll pump out all that oil. Let's just make sure this one's doing the same. Yep. Alright. 2 more oil wells tapped. It's just that frickin' easy. Oh shit. You know what I forgot? That's not going to work. I need a chicken chunk loader. I always forget to bring those. Because as soon as I leave here, they just turn off. So I gotta go get some chicken chunk loaders. I keep forgetting to bring those things. I gotta go charge up my armor and my jetpack too. It's starting to get a little bit low. As you can see, this was originally a very, very large oil spout, since I had to build it up that high. So we'll just head back. We'll get ourselves chicken chunk loader quickly. Damn, I don't have any chunks. I am curious about one other thing first. Shit tons. Then I got to set up a refinery back in the overworld, or I should say probably a couple of refineries. At this stage of the game, we've got enough oil now that I think that one refinery is not going to be able to keep up with the demand. Now there is, I didn't even think about it, but there is the Refinery Plus. Refinery Plus could be a good option. Make a couple of Refinery Pluses. Bet you that pig's regretting going swimming now.
Yeah, that should cover him. I'll go one chunk more just to be on the safe side, just in case those oil pots are big down there. There we go. Let's just confirm those things are actually sucking away. The tank could be full, and that would stop it. Since I don't have any actual fluid storage in the AE network, it's just going into that tank. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's sucking. That means the tank's full. So I'm going to set up some fluid storage for the AE network now. The tank's good for our refinery. Like, we can use what's in that tank as a refinery, but we need to make sure we are able to keep sucking oil in, because we don't want to have to stop and then come here or deal with that, right? We don't have to keep friggin' letting the pumps not do anything. Is that still pumping away? It is. Okay, so that means this fluid tank... Oh, it isn't full. It's goddamn close, though, isn't it? Yeah. It'll be full soon enough. I don't know what this number does. Pause for a second. I'm going to go and find out, because I'm curious if I can increase the volume or something like that. Hold on. Okay, so, yeah. The reason why I couldn't find anything about this number down here, I just set it at 10,000. Maybe it'll be millibuckets or something like that. The tank's now full, so there's not going to be anything else coming in here. The only reason the tank was filling up in the first place is because I am using this ME fluid storage bus, so it automatically will find the AE network will find a suitable storage spot for a liquid and pump it in there. So right now I have no internal storage, so it shouldn't be able to accept any more fluids. I wouldn't think. So that means I've got to... Yeah, so we've got 3,000 buckets of oil in there. So what I've got to do now is I've got to... Get out of there. I got to create some fluid storage units. Maybe like a 64K worth, I think. So let's see. I got to build one of these cards here. Is there a specific... Is there a special drive for these things? So advanced fluid storage housing. 64K fluid storage. Ugh. Oh, this is gonna suck. Flux dust. Alright. And then I'm gonna need to make these sons of bitches in the end. To make one of these. Okay. So let's go over to the MAC and start putting the patterns in for those things so that I can start auto-crafting them, just like I did with the 64K storage drives. As you can see here, 64K storage drives. Now, okay, good. I do have a flux dust recipe in there, and I do have these recipes in there. Okay, good. Because I was concerned that I didn't have them in there, and this would make this very, very hard. All right, so we need a few more blank patterns. I've been burning through these things lately, so blank. Let's make 10. Stick that in there. All right. So first things first is we need to make one of these guys here. Let's make sure everything is the right item, because sometimes the system will just choose random shit and it fucks everything up. Encode. That's the first thing. Okay. Now we got a segment. Do we have quartz glass in the system? That I don't know. Well, that shouldn't stop me from encoding anything, so let's just go with this. Applied Energistics quartz glass. That was this one. Okay, moving on to the next size. Okay, and then the final cluster. So there's the, there's the clusters. Now to make a 64K It doesn't take anything extra special. So I need to make a I need to get a thing for Certus quartz in here. Yeah, I definitely need this Certus quartz class. So I don't think I have a recipe for that at the moment. Next, Certus quartz class is definitely not in the system, and I don't have a way to make it either. Clear that shit. How do you make this Certus quartz class? Let's find out. Dust around glass. Now we have a lot more nether quartz dust, so the sensible pattern would be to go with the nether quartz dust. Boom. So let's get dust. Grab some nether quartz dust, and we'll just make sure that the glass is regular glass. Glass block 20. Boom. Encode that shit. Alright. Now to make this 64 advanced storage housing. Yeah, I think we need to make that to make the 64K drive. Maybe not. It seems like I can just... Yeah, there's no real difference here. Oh, see, that's why. If you make the housings, you can put the thing... Okay, that's why. The housing's probably exactly the same to make this, only the difference is it's missing this. So here's the 64K cluster drive. Oh, we need a recipe for making the Certus tanks, don't we? So quartz glass and ME cable. Encode that. And then last thing, we need this. Encode that. Boom. Alright, so this should allow the MAC to make these things on command now, if I've got all the pieces here. And I think I do. So we'll see in a half second here. Okay. I need to make a 64K fluid. So 64... Let's craft one just to see if it'll work. Here we go. It's going through the recipes. It's making all the pieces. Boom! Frickin' brilliant. 64K. Okay, I got one, so let's make 9 more. Alright, that's going to be busy for a little while. Let's make an ME drive. Let's go hook that up to the old system. That's going in pretty quickly. That's going to fill up, I think. Alright, so let's grab the other ones. So there's 2 more done. 3 more done. Now this should... Oh, I always do that. I mean to go over here and click this thing. So I can't get an exact reading. It'll only go up by the kilo bucket. It'd be kind of nice if there was a way to give me a more detailed detail on what the hell we got in the system here, but that's not a huge deal, I guess. Okay, so it's probably still crafting these things if it hasn't run into a roadblock. We're out of quartz dust. Now, there should be a machine that is making quartz dust, if I remember correctly. This one here, yeah. There we go. All right, so it's just going to get hung up on that. That's not a big deal. I can deal with that. Oh yeah, look at that. That's going in. That's going up pretty goddamn quickly. That's quite a few thousand buckets. What's the power draw on the system? We're over 100 megajoules now, or Minecraft joules. 100 Minecraft joules into the system now. That's getting. It's getting pretty crazy. Yeah, so she's set to be able to move 2,000 millibuckets per second. That's a bucket a second, or that's 2 buckets a second. All right, that's fine. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to call it there. Looks like everything I wanted to get accomplished got accomplished. We just have to set up the refinery next. Yeah, there's a nice full tank of oil that I'll be using for my refinery. Now, the refinery, I have to kind of like decide how I'm going to do this, because refineries have a bad habit of exploding. They're kind of dangerous. I don't really want to get screwed over. I wonder if a deep storage unit can actually hold liquids. I don't know. Because if a deep storage unit can hold liquids, brilliant. Effing brilliant. We'll have to test that out at some point. Stupid illuminators. These things are the worst. Never waste your money on these things. Worst. How are we doing over here? Okay, looks like everything's good. We can remove that. And that. Excellent. All right, guys. Thanks very much for watching. I will see you all in the next episode of Evan Better Presents Minecraft Feed the Beasts.